Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, on this week, we had the devolution conference that was taking place in Uasin Gishu County at Kipchoge Keino Stadium. And that function was brought to a close yesterday by Ruto's deputy, Ruto Gachagwa. And we had several speakers who got a chance to address Kenyans and the governors with the MCS in that devolution function. Remember, we are talking about 10 years of devolution, where we have seen the advantages of devolution, disadvantages, what need to be corrected also. So it was a very, very important week because it was touching on the function that have been brought closer to the people, bringing government next to the people. Now, there have been a simple question after the devolution function has ended. Who was the best speaker, or who brought out the best speech during that function? That has been the big question. But earlier on this Punchline, we had already pointed out on the very day Raila Odinga got a chance to address Kenyans in that devolution function. Many of us agreed on this Punchline that indeed Raila Odinga had one of the best speech in this function. Though we were well aware that Gachagwa had not addressed Kenyans. But knowing Gachagwa who he is, he cannot come above Raila Odinga when it comes to, addressing Kenyans. Gachagwa will always forget that he's a deputy president. He will always reduce himself to a Mount Kenya region deputy president or a leader of Mount Kenya. He has always failed to carry the face of Kenya whenever he's moving around this country. When you see him, you see Mount Kenya. You will never see the face of Kenya where Gachagwa is. So already we had concluded that Raila Odinga had the best speech. But then Kenyans.co.ke launched an opinion poll, and this is the question they were asking. Let me just read it. Who do you think had the best speech during devolution function? Hashtag Kenyans polls. Now, on this opinion poll, I had earlier even voted on it. This was when it was 20 hours and 41 minutes left. So it was earlier. Total number of votes here was 3,384 by that time. Of course, you can see whom I voted for. And still, here Raila Odinga was leading with 56%. William Ruto, 23%. US Ambassador Mega Whitman, 12%. Ruto Gachagwa, 9%. But later, I knew I was also going to come and check before I come to analyze this issue. This is 14 hours left now, which is now the latest one, where we have now 6,697 people who have voted. And number one, Raila Odinga has 58%. That means it has improved from 56 to 58%. So he has improved with the 2%. William Ruto, 23%. He has still retained the number he had. Mega Whitman, 11%. That means the percentages has gone down. Ruto Gachagwa has dropped now 8% from 9%. That means from Mega Whitman and Gachagwa, Raila has gained 2. Going with these results, it means in the remaining 14 hours, 49 minutes, if people will continue to vote, then Raila will be gaining numbers. Maybe he will be at 60 or 62 there. And seemingly, it is Gachagwa, Mega Whitman, and Ruto are going maybe to drop in their percentages. This is the latest opinion poll as far as the devolution function is concerned when it comes to the speeches. Now you can see. So Raila is standing above any other speaker in this event. Then the big question on this punchline is that why is Raila leading on this opinion poll? Before we continue with this discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, what is your opinion on this scientific opinion poll? Why is it that Raila Odinga is leading with 58% and the rest cannot catch up with him? And by the way, even if you combine Ruto Gachagwa, US ambassador, because seemingly they are on one side, they cannot overtake Raila or even reach where Raila is. Combine these numbers, they cannot. 23 plus 11 plus 8. It cannot be 58%. So imagine combining 3 speakers cannot reach where Raila Odinga is. Just one individual. That is what is emerging here. And by the way, the US ambassador, seemingly he's speaking like a UDA spokesperson, like Eugene Omala would put it. So that means she's coming out more of a UDA person. So we have a combination of 3 UDA or Kenya Kwanza speakers who cannot beat Raila Odinga in a speech as far as issue of devolution is concerned. Again, you will appreciate that Raila Odinga is the only person who got a standing ovation during delivery of his speech in that event. No any other person attracted such kind of a move during the devolution function. That tells you then. And by the way, at that time, he had addressed the US ambassador, he had addressed the issue of devolution, and he went further even to confront the same US ambassador. And people were with him. Now, why Raila Odinga? The truth is that Raila Odinga is the father of devolution. There is no way you can differentiate or separate devolution from Raila Odinga. The time you talk about devolution, then the name Raila Odinga comes to your mind. Many people dismiss devolution, especially those from Mount Kenya and those from Rift Valley. They said that Raila Odinga want to divide this country with Majimboism. They said he's bringing tribalism. Today they are enjoying. So, having Raila Odinga as the man who was pushing for devolution, it means he is still carrying the agenda of devolution in his mind, and that's why at any given point, he is going to defend devolution more than any other individual can do that. Remember, as we are saying so, William Samoei Ruto was the enemy of devolution. So there was no way he can have a better speech to defend devolution when he was the enemy of devolution, a man who fought this new constitution to dismiss it, and he failed completely. So obvious, Raila would always stand strong when it comes to devolution because he was carrying the aspiration of devolution. Raila, in his speech, was advocating for making devolved function fully devolved. Talk of agriculture. Agriculture is devolved function. But look at it. Check on the budget that they give to county government and what remains at the national government. It tells you that Ruto and his government are still pulling and holding to devolve function like agriculture at the executive level. That's why you see Mithika Linturi is getting huge budget for agriculture. They go to an extent of even distributing fertilizer when it is a devolved function that you just need to hand over to governor. They give Malala, who is a UDA Secretary General, to go and distribute fertilizer and leave out governor. Raila was questioning this, and he was right. That's why he get the support. Leave devolved function to governors to do their work. Don't come and interfere with the devolved function. That was the message from Raila Odinga, which sat well with governors, MCS, senators, and Kenyans at large. It was very shameful for someone like Ms. Susan Kihika to come and contradict Raila Odinga when it comes to devolved function, especially when it touch about fertilizer. Susan Kihika seemingly came out looking like clueless, and she was painting a picture of a governor who do not understand devolution. How do you defend someone who is interfering with devolution? Kihika looks so much awkward and backward. She should not be a governor or even a senator or an MCA. And she should not have even a chance in our Kenyan politics in elective position, as long as you are defending a person who is seemingly frustrating devolution. Raila was right. Susan Kihika is the worst example of devolution. Number two, you come to health. Health is a devolved function, but go and check on budget. This government has given a huge budget to our own sister, Susan Nahumita, who is the CS for health. But look on what is being given to governors. That's why every time we have health workers demonstrating day in, day out, because they cannot get salary, they cannot be promoted. You know, we don't have enough medicine because Ruto want to control everything. Raila is saying that leave devolved function to governors to run devolution. So seemingly he is advocating for all devolved function to be let work without interference. That is the father of devolution. So in all of these speeches, Raila Odinga was a defender of devolution, and he still stand to defend devolution. Because of that, he was the best. A man who can face you with the truth. He faced US ambassador with the truth, and that's why he's carrying the day. Look at Gachagwa. Gachagwa is going there to play politics. Gachagwa went there to answer Raila Odinga, forgetting that he was coming to address governors. A man who is the chair of, is it Wanaita Park or what? Intergovernmental committee. Yeye ndiye anakaanga na magavana. But he could not come out with a speech that will support devolution. It was PR and coming to try and confront Raila Odinga, which ended up flopping. He flopped. William Ruto, mambo yengine. Mega Whitman, she had a good speech, but when she mixed politics, she failed. As simple as that. And that's how Raila Odinga is the best ever in his speech towards devolution function. I'm waiting for your views in the comment section.